with me. More money, more money, more money. We are in a full super moon in the sign of Taurus. My firstborn is a Taurus. And Taurus energy is the energy of self-worth and gain, money, value. So I have like natural sounds behind me because when I think of abundance, which is what I feel is coming in with this full moon, I think of the earth, just like always regenerating, always reinventing, always rebirthing, always going through cycles and shifts and coming right back into herself, still being earth, you know, even through all the transformations, still earth. And this is a time for us to really ground because Taurus is an earth sign. So this full moon is going to show you where you need some stability, where you need grounding, where things are a little shaky and need some stronger foundations. This full moon is also going to shine a light on where you've been undervaluing yourself. It's going to shine a light on where certain relationships, you're going to start to notice an imbalance, where there's not equal energy being reciprocated. But you're also going to see where there is stability. That's going to become more clear. Where stability exists, how you can better ground, what triggers you and throws you off balance, or who, or where, and what makes you feel at ease and peaceful and worry-free and carefree. What makes you feel like, oh my God, I'm afraid of that because of the huge transformation it may bring in my life that I don't know if I'm ready for. And what makes you feel like I'm afraid of that because I've experienced it before and I've repeated that cycle a million times. So I already know what to expect. You have to see the difference between the fears. What kind of fears? Some fears are healthy, some are not. There's going to be illumination, you guys, on the areas of your life where you might be undervaluing yourself, where you may be also missing out on opportunities. These opportunities are coming back around. Opportunities that you've had, I feel like this full moon is shining a light like, this week, look, this is your last chance. For a while. Maybe it'll be your last chance for many, many, many cycles. Maybe it'll be your last chance for this lifetime. But I feel like for many of us, something is coming back around, being regenerated, revived, and coming back around to prepare for the winter. Because what's coming back around, and this is coming from nowhere, y'all. This is not where this talk was supposed to go. I'm supposed to tell you about this moon and get to the 5 tips. But Spirit is speaking, and what's coming back around is something you probably never let go of, really. It could be a hobby, it could be a person, it could be a location, something that was always sitting in the back of your mind, or better said, in the back of your heart space. Sitting in the back of your heart space. And if you thought the chance was done, it's too late for you, you're too old, you're too young, you're too whatever, too much time has passed, you don't know enough, you're not good enough, all the stupid things we tell ourselves. Well, Spirit is coming through to say, it had nothing to do with any of those things, and had everything to do with divine timing. And my dears, the time is now. This is the week. I'm hearing like There's a song. Oh my God, I was just talking to my sister. She probably would know it. Newsies. It's from Newsies. Lay, if you see this, write it in the comments. Now's the time to seize the day. Something like that. But it's something where I'm hearing it in my head and I can see them dancing and everything. I just know those words. Now's the time to seize the day. That's what's standing out in my mind right now. And I think that's what this week is about. That's what this full moon is about. Seizing the day. Taking action towards your dreams. Knowing you're worthy of them. And that any dream of yours that doesn't want you, well, you just dodged a bullet. But I'm going to tell you this. What you want usually wants you too. The only way that's BS is if you're feeling something on one end and you're not feeling anything from what you're dreaming of. So maybe say you're dreaming of moving back to a certain location, but when you think about it, you're not getting any feeling like, yes, you know, or you're thinking about returning to a career that you did a long time ago. And when you think about it, your whole body starts to feel electric. That's how you know, yeah, that's calling to you. Rather than I'm trying to force something to happen, you know? So, yeah, this supermoon, it's going to be super close to the earth. That's why it's called the supermoon. And that means emotionally we will have less control over suppressing. So if you had any emotions you've been bottling up, I don't care for how long, this supermoon in 2025, the year of the number 9, transformation and completion, your best bet is to say it this week, but I feel like it's going to come up some way, some way. Things that have been left unsaid, things that have been unfinished and incomplete. That could be projects, things that you were supposed to have done years ago. You might feel yourself like feeling like you're being turned back to look at them again. And that's not to say this moon is ushering you backwards, because I do remember someone mentioning it is a Mercury retro this month, but y'all know I don't follow that, but unless it's really affecting the tribe. But I don't know. It's almost like you're in review this week. It's like it's time to review the things you've accomplished, or no, better yet, they just corrected me. It's like a review of your Akashic records. That initial contract, spiritual contract that was made before you came into being, into the physical form. All those lifetimes, not remembering exactly what your purpose was, serving some of it, but not fully completing it, and now you're here at this lifetime. And I'm not saying all of you are here to complete. Some of you may be here just to complete a cycle and may have to come back again. Whatever the case may be, it's like a time now to review those records of where you've been, what you've been through, even the records from this specific lifetime, to look back and to review and see, like, wait a minute, I didn't do that. I'm supposed to complete that. I didn't do that. And these are the things that are going to be resurfacing now. Things that it was like, I really wanted to do that and I gave up. But now I'm feeling like I can now. Or I really wanted to be with that person. But now I'm feeling like the time is shifted or right or different. And some of you might be feeling this even in circumstances that feel like impossible. Like, I'm really feeling called to move out of the country. But right now I have no money, I have no job, I have no way, nothing in this other country. But there's just something in you that's saying, but I could do it. I feel like I can do it. Many of you are going to be getting a boost in your self-worth. You're going to be really, really seeing the value you bring to the circles you're in, as well as into your own life. Okay? And it's really going to be a really nice moon. I mean, yeah, we probably have some bumps and bruises along the way, but I think this super moon, I think only we can make it difficult. And that would be by ignoring your heart and listening only to logic. And if you do that under the energy of this supermoon, which means still trying to suppress your feelings when the moon already, you know, its distance and closeness to the earth can affect our oceans in different ways. And we are 70% water. So you're trying to suppress down something with the planet pulling at it, and it's going to come up. And maybe in ways that you don't want, like a tidal wave. So my job today is to help us get some clarity moving forward so we could get an idea of what may be happening for this specific collective and better harness the energy. So now, what I want to do, let me get my book. I want to give you 5 tips. I hope that didn't sound crazy. I forgot I bent down with a mic on my top. I want to give y'all 5 tips to harness the energy. Okay. Now, I had cards. I wanted to do cards as I was doing this, but I think I'm going to do the collective reading separate from right now, because I do want to do quick guided visualizations with visualization. We only do one with you guys, okay? Before we move into that, but we'll see. So, 5 tips to harness this energy. Number 1, release your feelings as they surface, but in an evolved way. So this full moon, yes, it's meant to shine a light on feelings that you have suppressed for quite some time, in fact. However, you're meant to release these feelings in a way that is different, more evolved, showing growth from the ways you might have expressed these feelings in the past. Number 2, meditate every day to stay grounded during a super moon. It is very easy for you to become emotionally rattled. And most people assume that means sadness, but not all emotions are sadness. When I'm saying that the moon, the full moon, can tug at your emotions, that means all of them. You can get angry quicker. You could maybe feel really, really, really happy and high out of nowhere, and then feel very low because maybe now you just remembered something that pulled you down, you know, and that's what I'm talking about. Meditation can assist you with maintaining mental stability at this time and emotional stability. Number 3, this full moon may bring clarity to situations begun at the new moon or around a new moon. So maybe some of you are in situations right now where you're confused. Maybe there's relationships that are confusing you, situations or issues that are just confusing at this time, and you're not understanding what's going on, why they're happening. And maybe many of them started sometime at the let's say the beginning of October, the end of September. This full moon is bringing in clarity. The energy is going to bring things to the surface so that they can be worked out at this time. Which brings me back to number 1. Release your feelings as they surface, but in an evolved way. Number 4. Patterns of imbalances in relationships or reciprocity will come up at this time. You're meant to let go of what's not yours to carry. So you may be forced to look at where you are dealing with people who do not either value you or they do see your worth. However, they are unable to or unwilling to reciprocate the energy you put into them, be that in the form of love and care, or the form of loving care and financial support, or in any form of an energetic exchange. You're meant to let go and let transformations take place because Spirit feels that there are other things you need to focus on at this time that pertain to your spiritual mission, light workers. Number 5, surrender and let transformation happen. Look within at this time. And I know I just said that, but that because when you have an imbalance in a relationship that you really want to hold on to, you really value in some way, it can be difficult to let changes happen. So you're getting a reminder to let transformations happen. Look within at this time. Be free, but be guided by your higher self. Okay? Be free. Make choices that come from your heart center and are rooted in sincerity and in your center of truth. However, let your higher self guide you towards these actions, activities, and people that you're going to be a free spirit with, so that the energy is still elevating. This is a time of transformation, deep, 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 deep transformation for many of you. It could be within yourself, it could be within your life in general. But this is a time where you're not meant to get in the way. You're meant to take inspired action, because you're not meant to just sit still right now. You're preparing for winter. And when it's time to prepare for winter, that's work. It's time to get out there, gather your food, so you got things stored up, get everything straight and set, because you might not see people for a while. You got to hibernate, might have to pull your energy back a little more. And everything is supposed to be straight and ready for you to rest comfortably with whatever community or person or people or whatever jobs or schools or whatever you're doing. You're supposed to be all set by winter solstice. So this is not a time to just sit back. Spirit is saying take action, but inspired by your higher self. Not inspired by your ego, and not inspired by people pleasing. Inspired by your higher self showing you the direction to go for cycle completions. That's my 5 tips for you guys. Now I want to do some quick breath work. I just want to get us grounded in this energy of detachment and transformation. So sit any way that feels comfortable to you. And with some earthy colors today. That's why I put this on, just to get in this grounded earth energy. And I'm using my tree of life drum, even though this is really looking more like a baobab. They just put leaves on it. But anyway, I want you to sit comfortably. If you remember any of your hand mudras from the week ahead, did I do hand mudras? I don't think I did for this week. Weekly vibes forecast. I did not. So if you watch the one from last week and use that hand mudra right now, or you could just have your palms open to receive any messages or any energy that you need at this time, or you could put them on your heart, right hand, then left hand on top. This is to bring in the energy of feeling supported. It activates not just your heart chakra, but your root chakra primarily, so that you can feel grounded and stable and supported in your with your guides. Okay. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your mouth. And exhale. Breathe in. And exhale. Breathe in. As you breathe in, start to relax and exhale down from the top tops of your head, down your spine, all the way down your legs to the bottom of your feet. Breathe in. As you breathe in, relaxing more and more, and breathe out. And just feel yourself becoming more and more relaxed. And breathe in. And breathe out. Visualize yourself wherever you feel comfortable. Breathe in. A sacred space. Outdoors. And breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. Connected to the energy of Mama Earth beneath your feet. And breathe in. Breathe out. Feel yourself grounding, connecting to the earth, our roots extending from the bottoms of your feet. Breathe in. Feel those roots going deep down into Mama Earth, and breathe out. As you breathe out, feel those roots going deeper and deeper. Breathe in. Feel your roots connecting to the core of the earth, and breathe out. Take a deep breath in and feel this energy from Mama Earth coming up your roots, up your legs, and breathe out. All the way up your spine to the top of your head. And breathe in. Feel yourself glowing up even more brighter. And breathe out. Letting go of any worries. All is well. Breathe naturally now through your nose. In and out. Deep breaths. Finding your own rhythm in sync with the heartbeat of the planet, of the universe. Filling your lungs up with fresh new air. And exhaling out and releasing naturally and with ease all that no longer deserves to be in your energy. Breathe. Breathe. Just ground. Just want you to connect with the planet Earth and feel that abundance. In fact, visualize money or riches or any form of prosperity or wealth around you, raining down on you, in your hands, in your life. Visualize what abundance and prosperity means to you. An overflow. What does it mean when it's an overflow? And work through the feelings of overwhelm, of anxiety, by breathing deeper and exhaling with ease. Just letting everything go. This is only a mindset. This is not a truth. You will not be overwhelmed. Not in a negative way. You'll be overwhelmed with joy. Overwhelmed with joy. Next, I'll remind you your magic as you take these deep breaths. Or that we know how to heal our relationships with money through song and movement. Every breath is an energetic shift in your vibration, opening you up and putting you into more alignment with prosperity. Let's heal. Get money now. That's what I'm calling in. Faith in divine timing. Let's heal. Get money now. That's what I'm calling in. Faith in divine timing. 'Cause you're magic in the flesh. And what you want, breathe this in. You manifest. And exhale out any doubt. You're magic. It's in you. What you believe, you receive. Take a deep breath in through your mouth. And exhale. Still feeling that prosperity raining on you. Breathe in. Breathing in abundance. And breathe out any lack mindsets, any feelings of poverty that in no way is me. Take another breath in. Struggles are over. And breathe out. Feel the shift. Open up and feel the shift. Feel the shift. Open up and feel the shift. One more breath in. Feel yourself glowing up brighter and brighter with the love of your ancestral team. And breathe out. Letting go of any doubt, any worries, any fears, any sadness, any anger, any resentment, any guilt, any shame. Let it go. Slowly return to the space you're in by moving your legs, your ankles, rubbing the tops of your thighs, slowly opening up your eyes, and giving yourself the light tribe love that we always do at the end of any self-work that we do. We give ourselves some love, and we hope that we're not blocking the mic while we're doing it. But you deserve it. Moments where you say, yo, you're dope, I love you, you're amazing. I just heard the song in my head, you're marvelous, you're wonderful. I can't remember all the words, but it's cool to love on yourself. And by you loving on you, that attracts in the love that you give yourself is what you are going to experience. at least from here on forward. I'll be back, guys, with the reading for the collective. Hey guys, back with the read for the collective. I'm using all my Moonology decks for this part of the session, and this should be pretty quick. I just really like to get an overall look of what we could expect collectively for the energy to be like, what we need to know collectively in order to really get the lessons or blessings from this moon phase and cycle, and little things maybe we just don't see or we don't expect that we need to know as a collective to understand better how this and why this moon cycle is affecting us in whatever way that it is. So let's get into it. Okay. And why don't I have my glasses on? So we have cleansing with moon rise. And that's just a reminder to me where I said there's going to be a light shined on things that have to be closed out and addressed. Well, here's your primary sign right here. It's going to be cleansings happening this week. Releasing. And I keep saying this week instead of under the full moon, because I feel like this energy is going to last for at least 7 days, or it's going to start at the beginning of the week of this full moon. The full moon's November 5th. I feel like it's going to start on Monday or Sunday, feeling the energy, which is actually the day I'm recording this. I think I'll put it out by Monday, so hopefully you're seeing it by then. But yeah, this is a cleansing week. Going to be cleansing things out, going to be completing healing processes. So where you might have felt like you were still being triggered in some way, you still didn't feel completely healed from a situation. Maybe somebody has left residue in your life where their energy is still clinging. This week, with this full moon rise, it's going to be some cleansings happening. Some things coming clean. People may be coming with honesty. You just clearing people out your life, or maybe cleaning out your home. Maybe you have clutter or things that belong to people that are no longer in your vibration that need to go. But that's going to be illuminated. We have moon called meant to be. So this week there's going to be a lot of things occurring that are faded. Maybe that's why I kept hearing Akashic Records review this week. Oh, I'm starting to get hot. Here they come. But it just feels like anything that happens this week, anything that you have to release, is for you to be elevated. And it does look like there are going to be people who may have to be left in the distance so that you can elevate. But you have to know this week, it's all meant to be. And I have to tell you guys, I've had this deck for quite some time. I've never gotten this card. Never pulled this card, ever. So that says something about this energy. That there's a lot of destined and fated things falling into alignment this week. And I think other things are being cleansed out of the way for these fated things to come in. All right, give me one more card. Oh, shoot. They said, well, there you go. Forgiveness. And this is literally a full moon card. And I'm laughing because I have to tell this really quick. I was literally at my sister's house last night and asking about a situation with someone that I was in. And from her deck, totally different deck, not this one, I got the card, I need truth and forgiveness in order for this situation to be resolved. So to see that the whole collective, this is going to be illuminated this week, literally the full moon card, it's going to be a week of forgiveness. Either you receiving forgiveness for something you needed for, or you being in a position where you're going to have to forgive someone else. Okay? Everything is meant to be, and it's going to be assisting in this cleansing or clearing out of whatever needs to happen for you to elevate. This is an elevation week. Every time I look at this card, I feel like she's opening up her arms and like, bye guys, I'm about to go up. I'm about to elevate. I'm out this piece. I don't know what despair and low vibes y'all are sitting in. I was in it long enough. I've done my work. This is meant to be for me to go this way, for me to go that way, for me to go that way, okay? And also forgiving yourself, okay, for things where you feel maybe you were the cause or the problem in a situation didn't go a certain way. Maybe you were someone else's lesson. All right. We'll do bottom of the deck. We have avoid moon. Do nothing. There is nothing else for you to do this week. Everything that's coming in is just meant to be. It's just coming in. You might have taken a risk already. That risk has already done what it needs to do. That's for some of you. Maybe you reached out to somebody you were scared to reach out to. Maybe you put in an application for that job that you didn't feel you were really qualified for, or that apartment you didn't feel you were qualified for. Don't do anything else. Don't call and harass. Don't call and check in. Hey, did you get my call? Did you get my application? Did you see my message? Don't do it. This week, do nothing else. Attract. You see how they're sitting? Open, meditating, positioned, open to receive. These are positions of opening to receive, surrendering. There's nothing more for you to do. Confirmation, the moon's reflection, a set responsibility. So there's nothing else to do. What's coming in now is whatever it is you're reflecting out. You're going to see a reflection back this week. So if you don't like the way things have been going for you, you have to shift things, cleanse things, clear things out, okay? But you have to accept responsibility for what is reflected back at you. What you're going to get is what you put out. So if you've been showing somebody love and forgiveness, you're going to get that reflected back. If you've been showing somebody resentment and anger, you might see that back. But this is a week where I feel like some of you are going to be coming into terms. Some of you may be finding your twin flame. Maybe you've been calling in a soulmate and you're like, who the fuck is this? Or you're like, yay. Or you're like, oh. Either way, many of you are going to be discovering this week, like surprisingly, that maybe somebody that you didn't see as the one, or somebody that you thought, oh, they could be the one, but we got so many differences that you're not really that different at all. I don't know who need to hear that. Okay. Now, I'd like to save that for last for some advice. So let's see what else we got. For the collective, full moon and Taurus energy. I'll pull 5 from each. All right. We have be bold and make the first move, cardinal moon. So like I said, if some of you took a risk already, they're saying do nothing. But I'm sorry, the nature video was freaking me out just now. They must have some kind of sound, because in the background I keep hearing. I'm like, am I freaking out? Maybe it's the sound of a bird. It probably is. I need to get back into nature. And maybe that's a message to all of us too. After this winter is over, and even now during the fall, even though I feel like here in the U.S. fall was skipped this year, but try to get outside as much as you can, and even just to enjoy the sounds or the sights or the ambiance and energy of Mother Nature before she's covered in frost. But anyway, be bold and make the first move. I feel like, yeah, like I said, many of you did. There's something you need to do that may be risky. This week, yes, make those moves, you know. However, if you already have done so, do nothing else, okay? Conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse, all right? So, yeah, either make the first move if you haven't done it yet, and don't do nothing else if you've already made the first move. Because within this week, you're going to get the conclusions you're seeking, the answers that you want. Even if it's whether or not you got what you wanted, or you're not going to get what you want. This week, these conclusions that have been elusive, like you couldn't see the way forward, you're going to see. I feel a lot of clarity coming in this week. Your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. So you might get some surprises at this time. When it comes to your career, there may be career stuff, maybe even parenting, for those of you that are stay-at-home parents, that you're going to start to realize the work you've been putting in at home or at work or in a relationship has really paid off. Or even hard work that I'm hearing for some of you that you put into yourself. You're going to really realize, like, wow, this really is paying off. You're going to start to see the fruits of your labor. I'm just hearing for some of you, you might even get an influx of money this week that's going to really shock you. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. It's a reminder as to why you're going to get that money. Maybe some of you just don't feel worthy, and that's what gets in the way of your financial blessings. But they're reminding you you're worthy. You're worthy. So know that you're good enough to request the amounts of money you want, the reciprocation you want, and also the relationships you want. I just heard that scream, like, you don't have to settle. No, you don't. You are good enough to have the type of relationship you want. You're good enough to have the career you want. So whoever's thinking about settling, Spirit is screaming like, don't do it. Because you won't be happy. You're very close to achieving your goal. They're like, yo, you are very close to achieving whatever it is that you want. I know it feels like you're in the forest. I know. But look how close the moon is right now at this point. So, like, don't fuck it up. I don't know how to say it better. Don't mess it up. All right, look at the message. Be bold and make the first move because conclusions are within reach. Your hard work is paying off because you're good enough and you're very close to achieving your goal. Bottom of the deck. It's my sun sign energy. New moon in Aries energy. It's time to take action. Damn, I was just telling y'all do nothing. But I think it's just step out of your comfort zone. I think it's really a reminder to you all to do something different, to be open to some new stuff coming in and happening, all right? North Node, that's not the past. That's new beginnings coming in, okay? And then this Aries energy is saying it's time to take action. It's time to step into that new beginning. It's time to stop being scared is what I'm hearing. Luck is on your side. Luck is on your side. The answers you need are coming. They're like just really, what do you need to release? And I think that's where the light is going to be shining this week. What you want, my tribe, is coming in this week. It could be your whole life change, upgrade, if that's what you desire. But what this full moon is going to shine a light on is what you're still attached to, what you're settling for, what you're afraid to let go of. That's where the light's going to shine. These are the things that are in the way of you getting what you desire. Are you ready to release them? Are you ready to take a risk and go after what you desire, even though you can't see where it's going to lead you? You can't see if it's going to be all you dream, but something's just calling you to it. Or are you going to play it safe where you know, well, I'm safe here. May not be all I wanted, but it's good enough. That's going to be the choice. That's going to be this full moon energy this week. Damn, they said you didn't even get to the last deck. All right. And finally, let's get, I think these cards are going to probably give a little bit more advice. So I feel like this is a very pivotal week in our lives, tribe, that it's very important we make the right decisions. I don't think we can make a wrong decision, but I mean, the decision should come from our heart centers, and we shouldn't be up in our heads getting in the way, because this tribe here, we have what I call monkey mind, where your mind just goes on a rampage, and sometimes it's hard to reel it back in. And so, yeah. I hope that this gave me some peace of mind. I hope this collective read gave y'all some. Okay, let's see what else. So we have a full moon in Leo. Go wild, y'all. Go wild this week. Give into your passions is what I'm hearing, and have fun. Leo is the zodiac sign of fun, recreation, youth. So you might be revisiting things you've done in your youth or friendships you had in your youth, and they're like, have fun. Go wild. Also, for many of you, if you've been dimming your light and not really getting out there with your leadership abilities and your dominance in certain fields, it's time for you to let people hear your roar. It's time. Let them know you there. They have two cards at the same time. So we have full moon in Capricorn, another full moon. So it's a lot of things being illuminated this week. Full moon in Capricorn, take a reality check. So there may be some things that you're in your head about. You're conjuring. You're not looking at realistically. And you're being told to be realistic. There are some things that are in your control and there are some that are not. And this week is calling for you to be in a position of acceptance, where you take action where you can, and where you have to surrender, you surrender. We have new moon in Pisces, attuned to the divine. And these came out together, so it made me feel like, listen to God. Let God guide this week, okay? Because the reality check is that you aren't in full control, okay? You're not in full control, especially not this week. The divine said, I gave you enough time at the wheel. Now I'm driving, okay? Now you can give me suggestions from the passenger seat, and I'll show you the best way to get to where you're directing me, but you ain't gonna tell me how to get there. You ain't gonna tell me how to get you there. And that's the message I'm getting. Okay? Talk less, feel more. Last quarter moon in Pisces. It's a lot with the emotions this week. You're really being asked by your guides to listen to your heart. Stop talking. This sounds good. This sounds like what I should be saying. This sounds like what I should want and should do. And they're saying, no, shut up. And stop the talking in your head too and listen to your heart. Just feel. How do you feel when you think about going there? How do you feel when you think about seeing that person? How do you feel when you think about doing that job? Pay attention to how these things make you feel. And that is going to be really the divine steering, you know, helping you steer, co-creating with you. Relax. New moon in Cancer. They are like, if y'all don't chill out, we got this week. Just relax this week. Relax. I keep hearing it like, we got this. Y'all good. Relax. Bottom of the deck. First quarter moon in Aries. A lot of Aries energy. Fire sign and water coming through a lot this week. So a lot with emotions, a lot with passion and taking action. Step into your power. And are y'all kidding? Right under that, there's full moon in Virgo. Take inspired action. I don't know how many times I've been saying that's what is being called for this week. Step into your power. Yeah. And look, some of y'all dance this week. Dancing is going to be really helpful under the energy of this full moon to release any emotions. All right? Or exercise. But if you live in New York or around New York, come to the DNA workshop. I'll put a flyer at the end of this. All right? Anyway, take inspired action. Full moon in Virgo. So where you feel inspired to make moves, do it. And make changes, do it. All right? It's going to help you find balance. And they are talking about releasing control. Knowing when to surrender. But being real. Full moon in Aquarius. Being real and true to what you really feel. And I think this far that you've made it, how far we've made it on this journey, you guys, making it to this 9 energy of completion and transformation. I think it's time to be proud of yourselves, to think about how far you came. All of us, leave the past behind. Last quarter moon in Capricorn. Think about how far you've come. How far we've come, yo. Like, think about how your mindset was maybe just only 2 years ago and how much more evolved you are now. Go deeper. New moon in Scorpio, you could go even deeper, y'all. You could go even deeper. All right. Embrace the flow of life, full moon in Gemini, and there's that mirror again. So a lot with this moon is going to be reflecting stuff back to you. It might be stuff you don't want to see in other people, and it doesn't always necessarily mean that those qualities exist in you. It can also be a mirror to show you things you haven't healed within you yet that this person triggers. So a lot of these relationships are coming in and going out and transforming and all that stuff, and they're saying, let it flow. Let it go, let it flow, let it go. Whatever that song is from, whatever. If you don't watch Disney movies, you ain't gonna know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's the collective read for this full moon in Taurus energy happening on November 5th. And I'll be back with the Pick-a-Pal reading. Hey, light workers. Welcome to the Pick-a-Pal portion of today's session. And the way you're going to pick your pals, I'm not going to lift the cards up. I'm a little pissed. I got a lot of ash on my table. I didn't know that before I set these up. Maybe that's a hint with that cleansing card we got earlier. Maybe everything needs to be cleansed. I need to wipe down my table. Yeah, eyelashes on it. Like, dang, my table's usually glistening. I don't know if you guys can tell on your end, but of course, when you have something white, you can see every little blemish. And now I feel like I'm seeing everything. Maybe that's something subliminal for us. Like every little thing that we were able to overlook before, now we're not going to be able to overlook it. Like it's going to be illuminated. Like, look at it, look at it. Anyway, all right. I want you to pick your pals according to the object at the top, or you're going to be choosing not by the name. I got the words at the top of each card covered by your fortune cookie. Maybe by the picture, if you can see the picture. Yeah. But anyway, could take some time to look. I don't know if you could read the little words. I don't want you really to read. I really want you to really look at the objects, which I will hold up to the camera in a minute, or look at the picture on the card and see if it calls to you. So pile number 1 is represented by this crescent moon, blue agate crystal. Pile 2 is represented by this symbol of moon goddess, Black Lilith energy, Black Lily, as I prefer to call her. And pile 3 is represented by this moonstone bracelet, moonstone crystal bracelet. So let's take some grounding breaths to connect to this session. Take a deep breath in through your mouth. Exhale. Take a deep breath in, filling up with light and love every time you breathe in. And exhale out anything that is making you feel heavy. You want to relax more and more deeply every time you're exhaling. Take another deep breath in. And exhale. And this next inhale now, feel it as clean air coming in and clearing out your body, shifting the energy that's been lying dormant. And exhale, releasing any stress, any worry, any anger, any hate, any rage, we don't come with that in this family circle here, but if you're feeling any a little bit, let that all go. Any grief, if you have to grieve, grieve, but we're not going to carry the weight of that grief. We're going to find ways to release it that are healthy. We are going to let go of any resentment, because what we're going to do is we're going to transform the areas and the relationships in our lives that are causing those feelings. And I didn't mean to go into a rampage tangent like that, but I guess I was supposed to. Hopefully by now you've selected your pals. I'll be right back with pal number 1. Pal 1, welcome to your session. Let me get my little easel for you guys. You are drawn to the card that says perfection, wisdom over perfectionism. And it also says, give up your perfectionism. It's causing delays in your finances. You won't move forward if you don't conquer the fear of failure. And you have what it takes to improve your finances. You are enough. These top cards are money cards. And since we're in full moon in Taurus, which is the house of gain, I figured we'd set it off with some money, action, unstoppable, wealth follows oracle cards. And your main one is about trying to reach perfectionism and not just taking action to get in the way. With this blue agate crystal, crescent moon crystal, I feel like you're really connected to the moon's phases when it comes to your work and your finances. So when the moon is going to be full, really take a look at where you spend too much and start to budget. And when the moon is new, that's when you make intentions for new purchases, or you do new big purchases. But there's something with you in following the moon's phases. And I'm also hearing healing wounds that you may have with money. There is some fear that could be around failure, and also even failing after becoming prosperous. Like this pile here, I feel like maybe there's a fear of succeeding but not being able to maintain that success. All right. With the blue agate crystal, there's a need for you to really maintain calm and peaceful emotions. And that's what you're going to be getting some assistance with at this time. Maybe you're someone who has high anxiety, but you're going to be directed towards things at this time that really bring you calm, peace of mind. Damn it. Sorry about that, pal one. Okay. Let's check out your fortune cookie. So pile one, it says you will. I'm about to pick this pile. You will inherit a large sum of money. So my pile ones, there is some money coming your way. Yeah. And it doesn't feel like you got to work for it, or work that hard at least. They just flashed me the numbers, so I'll read them. 8, 11, 22, 30, 32, and 48. Could be lucky days, could be significant days, could be numbers you could play that will help you inherit some money. Yeah, that was a dope fortune. All right, let's see what your other money card says. Caution. And I just gave y'all that warning about budgeting. Exercise caution when making financial decisions. Be careful not to overspend on wants instead of needs. You're spending more than you're earning. So there's a need for you to budget at this time when it comes to your money. All right? Budget, but also do it so that it's releasing this fear that you cannot handle large sums of money, because they're letting you know a large sum of money is on its way to you. So you need to get this issue together. Okay? All right, I'm going to put this over here. It's like your little reminder. So, what emotions may be surfacing now for you and why? Dissolution, emotional clearing. Wow. So this is what you're going to be cleansing. It feels like your emotions, everything you're feeling is going to be coming to the surface at this time. The nodes of the moon, release, clear, and align. You are just in, I'm clearing everything out. I know what I want. I know what's been in the way of that and what's been knocking me out of alignment, and I'm not having it no more. I'm letting everything go, or or just dissolving anything that has been holding me down. I'm going to let it come out. I'm going to clear it. Black Moon Lilith in Leo. Allow your light to shine. Didn't I say I'm not going to let nothing else get in my way that's blocking me from doing my thing and shining? And yeah. For some of you, this could even be a relationship where emotions are going to come to the surface. Feels like twin flame or soulmate relationship that maybe you've been afraid of or shying away of. That's going to be that's going to be very transitional for in your life. 5 and 5, 32, 5. Yeah, it's some kind of big change, but you have to let emotions out. It may be time for you to speak up about something that you've been feeling, because now it's time for you to be stepping into alignment with your calling. Yeah. All right. So where should you focus to stay most grounded? What chakras need focus? And with this, I think each pile got a different amount of cards. They were just like coming out. So where should you focus your chakras? What chakras should you focus on at this time? We have the moon coming in, and I just said this pile is very connected to the moon's phases with perception. So this is giving me third eye chakra as well as throat chakra at this time. So to stay most grounded, listen to your higher self before you communicate so that you're responding to things in a way that you want to be understood, so no one misunderstands where you're coming from or your energy. Dag, are you a Leo or are you connected to a Leo? This is double Leo energy here. Shine. And another 5 in a totally different deck. 555. So that's a number for you, an angel number for you. It's also letting me know, like I said, confirmation, you're going through a huge transition, which means you're leveling up at this time. So things may not be completely transforming in your life, my power ones, but they are changing because you're completing a cycle and now you are leveling up. So in order to level up, you have to clear out these emotions that you've been suppressing. And allow yourself to shine. These feelings of fear, these feelings of not wanting all the attention, you have to let those go. When you shine unapologetically, you'll feel more grounded. It's the difficulty in suppressing such a bright light that gives you anxiety and causes you to have these blocks and stuff. Okay. Dignified strength. It's like the strength card. It just gives me this energy that, and look, going up these steps, you are really leveling up at this time with Leo energy coming through. That solar plexus and sacral chakra. Okay. And but I'm feeling with that shine, and shine is just giving me a need to really work on that solar plexus. Stay confident and determined to reach your goals. All right. You have the strength, you have the power to do it. With strength here and dignified, though I would think strength, you would want to ground it. Being that it's up in the air, it gives me an energy of your connection to source, or your ascended masters. So I'm hearing the soul star chakra. More of your star seed and ascended master guides are anchoring you down in finding your strength at this time. Okay. And solar calm, clarify. Yeah. What'll help you stay most grounded is getting some clarity on some things. And I think with all this clarify, like that's what's happening for you this week. Things are going to be cleared out. I feel like you're going to be like going through an emotional, spiritual cleansing so that you can reach this calm where everything feels like it's in alignment. This is giving me crown chakra, just really feeling in alignment with source and third eye, like just feeling like all your chakras are in alignment. So just meditating, my power ones, just meditating for you will do wonders, as well as doing things with kids and things that you find fun. With all this Leo energy in here, there's a need for you to have more time for games and creativity and recreation. You might be working a little bit too much, okay, with no play. So what will become clear to you that's confusing you right now? It's another group where it's more cards than what I wrote in the book. I'm going to just go with the flow. Okay. What will become clear to you that's confusing you right now? I don't know if I thought this out, if all these are going to fit. You have another Leo card, pal one. Are you kidding? Leo, Leo, Leo. Like, please write in the comments if you're a Leo or if you're dating a Leo or you're connected to a Leo or you have a Leo sun, moon, rising, ascendant, descendant, whatever. Because this is too much. And it's a number 5 again. And Leo's the 5th house. Your number is 5 right now. You are really going through a huge transition, a leveling up. It's time for you to get some happiness, some joy. What's confusing to you right now is when are you going to get your time of celebration and success and your happiness and your joy? And this is going to become clear to you because you're going to start to see this week signs of it coming in little ways. Maybe collaborating with other people is going to be really fun for you this week. Hanging out with kids, playing, doing things from your childhood that you loved, reviving that. That's going to bring you a lot of joy. I'm also seeing freedom and adventure, moon in Sagittarius. There's a lot of fire sign energy in this group here. Um, discovery. So you may be a little bit confused about travel. Maybe you've had an inability to travel and to have new experiences and adventures and maybe return to school and learn new things. I'm hearing that you're going to find a way. Maybe there's something about budgeting or planning a trip that's difficult for you, or there's a little bit of fear when it comes to doing something you've never done before that feels like you'll be going on an adventure, but you're going to be discovering what within you that you need to release emotionally that runs in fear from feeling freedom and adventurous, feeling free and adventurous, you know? What are you stifling or suppressing? And we have Sun in Aquarius, opportunity, readiness for change. So there's a lot in your mind about how come whenever you feel like you have an opportunity for a change or for a leveling up, that maybe you feel like it doesn't manifest or it doesn't pan out in the way that you desired or you thought it would. There's some opportunities that are going to be coming in now for you that are going to make that clear, that those other opportunities or those other times just weren't right. Okay? What else will become clear to you that's confusing you now? With Page of Swords, you about to get some honesty, some honest communication about something soon. Oops. The Moon reverse. Yes, somebody's been suppressing some emotions that they want to express to you, and I do see them coming through to express these emotions sooner than later. And Three of Cups. It will bring up revive a bond. It could be friends, it could be sisters, it could be whatever it is. It's a close bond that you have with some people, either two people, either a group of friends, or just it could be just one other friend. But there are some emotions that are going to be rising to the surface at this time between that group that are actually really meant to improve the energy in that circle. So don't be afraid of communication and confrontations and gatherings where there may be conflict, because the conflict is going to bring clarity to things that may have been confusing. All right. And honesty. Whew. All right. So, next question. Are you burdened by other people's worries? Are you carrying are you carrying anyone without reciprocation? This is where they're going to show you if you possibly do have people you need to release. Ace of Cups reversed. This is going to fit here. Ace of Pentacles reverse. Wow. There's some kind of new beginning in love and financial blessings that you thought possibly was going to be a new fresh start for you, and it feels like it was not. The Star. It was not what you wished for or prayed for, but you're still keeping your hopes open. You're still wishing for something, and there may be somebody out there wishing for you. Nine of Wands, something that you've been really, really wanting and working hard for that feels like it's so difficult to reach, but it's like you're right there. Queen of Pentacles reverse. So there may be someone in your life right now that it does feel like you could be carrying them when it comes to their emotions and it comes to finances at times. And maybe they do reciprocate the finances at times. Maybe there's a balance there, but it's like you still feel like there's something missing. That this should not be such a hard battle, like climb. This shouldn't be so difficult. You know, I see what I want. It's right there. Why do I have to go through so much to get to it? But there's something here about false starts where something looked one way, but it turned out to not be that. I am hearing maintain your faith and hope that what you want, you will receive. And though it may not show up in the way or at the time that you want, it is something coming in or someone. All right, my ones. So the last question I asked is what's or where's the biggest change coming into your life now? Trust, egg moon. I feel like you're going to be trusting yourself more. I feel like that's a big change for you where maybe you didn't always trust the decisions and choices that you made. I feel like you're leveling up to where you're really being reborn anew and trusting the guidance that you're receiving. And that's another 5 card, by the way. 32. Again, I can't with y'all. But yeah, you're leveling up at this time. So you're learning to trust not only yourself, but also your guides. Blossoming. See, flower moon. You are blossoming. There's whatever is growing or you've been cultivating within yourself, you're about to see the fruits of your labor. This is the second double card you got, 33 and 11. It's a master manifesting numbers, and you got 33 right next to 3. So 333 is another angel number for you. And because I notice a lot of 3s up here too. And 3. Okay. So let's see what else we got. It says strength. And you just got what I said. This is like the strength card. And you got strength. So you have the goddess Haliak coming through, saying that you're going to be feeling stronger. You're going to feel your courage like on 1,000. Archangel Haniel with grace. It's just going to feel like a period where you just have some peace and you have like just love in your life, and you really feel like you don't have to push or force anything. Another double number, 22, 33, and 11, 22, 33. You guys, this pile here, who are you? Please write in the pile write in the chat if you are pile 1. And if this resonated, and you got Hecate coming through with magic. There is just something about your ability to manifest at this time that is turned up. The magic in your life is turned up right now. Like things that you probably looked at and said could never be or would be a lot of hard work. You're going to see it just falling into your lap so unexpectedly, my pal ones. Listen to your wisdom. It doesn't have to be perfect. Whatever you're doing at this time, you are good enough. You are worthy. All right. Conquer this fear of failure, and you're going to see yourself just shining. And once you shine, everybody's going to see that magic that you hold and come towards you like moths to a flame. My pal ones, I hope this resonated. This is your reading. I hope this entire full moon in a Taurus session did assist you. And I'm sending you so much light and love on your journey. Please, if this resonated, give me a thumbs up before you go. Subscribe to the channel. Join this light tribe. It really does help out, especially when you comment as well. And read the description. Tells you about all the other ways that we could vibe, how you could join my workshops in person and online. Yeah. Hope to get to know you and book a personal reading. All right, y'all. Peace, blessings, and all the goodies that come from being a part of this family of light. And I'll be back with Pile 2. Until next time, Pile 1s. See ya. Pile 2, welcome to your session. You were drawn to the card that says Parenthood. And these cards are Money Action Unstoppable Wealth Follows cards to activate the wealth coming in. And I thought they would be cute to use, especially since we're in this energy of Taurus, gain, money, self-worth, house of value. You were also drawn to the energy of the moon goddess. And it just lets me know that you are starting to really come into your own. I feel Empress energy from you, like loving on yourself, nurturing yourself. If you're not doing that, that's what you should be doing. Grounding your energy, meditating, going out in nature, connecting to other people socially at this time. Really trying to find your niche. What is your calling? I just feel like this power here is like the soul searching. We're really at this time coming into who you truly are. And I do see a lot of mystery around you. Like, hopefully you get some good answers and they're not vague. So you have parenthood here. And it says healing your inner child can unlock the path to financial abundance. Careers like caregiver, teacher, or pediatrician focus on helping children. Remember to nurture yourself as you work towards your goals. So then I say Empress energy with nurturing. There's something with you that you could get overboard with working and forget to take care of and love on you, and doing too much to make other people happy. Also, there may be issues where maybe you watched your parents struggle financially or people in your family struggle that could cause fears to be triggered in you and be a block to your financial abundance. And then there's some of you that may need to rethink your career at this time. You're meant to be giving some kind of service to elderly people, towards children, or just teaching something in general. And then we have the second money card. So this is the main thing that they feel, your ancestors feel at this time, is what's in the way of your financial bliss. You have some childhood wounds or inner child wounds to work through, or you need to nurture yourself more, so you don't get burnt out, or you need to switch up your career. And the second card says growth. Expect a good flow of money, a raise, or a new job offer. One got a good card. You got, like, everybody's getting told money coming in. I'm excited for y'all. So expect a good flow of money, a raise, or a new job offer. Pile 2. It says to grow, it's essential to unlearn since rules are constantly evolving and you're delaying your growth. The process of healing is worth the effort. So that brings me back to healing your inner child can unlock the path to financial abundance. And I think they're directing me back to that, to say that is literally how you can unlock this abundance, is to heal whatever aspect of yourself has been wounded during your childhood when it comes to prosperity and abundance. I almost put out your fortune cookie, Tauti. Let's see. Your joint was already open. You ancient. Ancient. Whoa, you're anxious. But maybe you are ancient souls. This must be my old souls pal. I know y'all from other lifetimes, huh? It says affection is the broadest base of a good life. Wow. Very interesting. And you got parenthood, and you got these people looking like they're being affectionate with each other. So I do feel maybe being more open to affection and people helping you and loving on you. Maybe sometimes you have this air about you, like, I can do it all myself. I could carry it all. The lone wolf. And there's a reminder, to let some of that softness in. All right. Okay. So, Paltus, what emotions may be surfacing at this time and why? You have Black Moon Lilith in Cancer. Honor your emotions. They said they're rising now because it's time for you to honor them. How you feel is valid. And so, my Paltus, it's time for you to let them surface, because it's time for you to honor how you feel. Maybe you've been stifling how you feel about something. Pile 1 had something similar. And it's time for these emotions to be expressed and to come out. Black Moon Lilith in Capricorn, elevated status. So you might be feeling very anxious, I'm feeling, because maybe your name or your status or something is leveling up at this time. Maybe you're becoming a mom or a dad, a boss, a manager, a supervisor, well known in your community, a public speaker, a politician. There's just something where your status is being lifted at this time of who you are, even if you might be a celebrity parent, where now your status is there. It's like it's happening because it's time. It's time. And you might be feeling a little anxious around it. You might be feeling afraid that it won't be maintained. You might be feeling like you're gonna gain haterade, and all of these worries are normal. You have to honor these feelings, these things, as they rise to the surface. But you also have to know that you're being protected. This status, this elevation is meant for you at this time. Look at the ancient ruins behind you. You've been here so many times. It's time. You've been in an elevated position before. I feel like this power, you might have been priest or priestess in former lifetimes. And now it's time for you to step into that role of being that guide, that parent. Like, I think there's something special about you as a parent at this time. Those of you drawn here, or maybe you're going to become one. But I'm also hearing for some of you, it's almost like people are going to be drawn to you that you feel like you're parenting. Okay. And maybe they're meant to collaborate with you on things at some point or heal with you in some way. That's for you to figure out. That sounds personal. All right. Okay. And you have Black Moon Lilith in Taurus. You are worthy. Didn't we get reminded we were worthy in the group collective read? I think at this time, though, it's a little different for you. I think you're starting to realize you are worthy, pal, too. I think that's the emotion rising to the surface. Your emotions that are rising at this time, it just feels like I know I'm meant for more and I know I'm worthy for more. And maybe now you might be feeling restless, trying to find that match, that collaborator, that partner, that spiritual community, those people. You're looking for your soul tribe, maybe, or soulmate for some of you. But yeah, that's what you're going to be feeling right now. Yourself rising up, and maybe the fears that come along with being the center of attention or having eyes on you. So where should you focus? What chakras you should focus on right now to stay the most grounded? So we have Pisces energy. Okay, I was checking something out. Pisces energy, and it says sensitize. This gives me heart chakra energy. So focusing on your heart chakra and being sensitive to what you feel. Really checking in on how you feel will help you to stay grounded. This pal, I saw Buddhists chanting. I keep hearing yoga, so maybe yoga. These are things that can help you to keep yourself grounded. I'm also here for this pal, talking to people, maybe a therapist, getting readings from intuitive guides, not just psychics that are just going to read cards, but intuitive guides who are going to really tap into your energy and help you out with where you need healing or growth. I feel like that's going to be a good move for you guys. But green and yellow is standing out to me. Heart chakra energy big time, and solar plexus. Maybe wearing green and yellow will be, I just saw Arumila in my head. If you know who that is, you know. Even with this green and this yellow behind her. So somebody here, that may be your see, I don't want to go into all these terms because people are going to be like, what is she talking about? That may be your Ori. Maybe your head. Or maybe you're just meant to read in some way in this group. That dwelt there too long. Trine or sextile, symbiosis. This almost gives me all the chakras, just tying all the chakras together. I feel like at this time, you're tying up loose ends as you prepare to elevate or as you're elevating. And to stay grounded in doing that so you don't feel overwhelmed, I think all of the chakras need some attention. Yeah, fourth house, home. This is still giving me more heart chakra, but third eye and crown. There's something about your home life that's changing, that's really shifting. Four is making me think fourth house, and fourth house is the house of cancer energy, which is the house of home and family and parent. Oh my God. It's the house of parents. I didn't even realize that. And ancestry and roots. Okay. So some of you may have a lot of cancer energy in your chart. Wow. So a big focus on your home life. Make it match how you want to feel. I'm hearing when you walk into your home, it should give you a certain feeling. Okay. And you need to focus on that. There's something about your home shifting in energy. Maybe you're buying some land or you need to. It's just like some loose ends need to be cleared up, but your energy is becoming more and more sensitive to the vibes around you. And therefore, it's important that where you live, is like your sanctuary, your sacred space. Capricorn energy twice. So maybe that is also in your chart. And it says achieve. Capricorn is all about ambition, career, society standing, where you stand in society, building your kingdom and your enterprise. So I am, with all this green and deep blue, I would think your heart and your third eye. But it could also be your solar plexus chakra that needs to be grounded. But I feel if you feel nervous about this elevation and stepping into positions that you're worthy of and really achieving them, then you do need to get, I feel, more connected to like your solar plexus. But if you are just like ready to go after your heart's desire or where you feel guided, you're in this energy of achieving these things, then I feel like it's more in that heart chakra and third eye that you need to ground in order to see this through. You got 10, 10, 10, 10 wins. Okay. So there's something you're going to be very, very successful at. It could just be through your children, something your children or a child is going to do, maybe someone you taught. Um, but I'm hearing here also, like, don't forget yourself. And this is for those of you that are parents already or becoming parents. Don't forget that you are worthy of the same spotlight. If it is your child that's you're becoming elevated in stats because of your children or your child, remember you are worthy of that same energy. All right. And honor your feelings and your emotions when it comes to that. Okay. Okay, my pal-twos. So, what will become clear to you that's confusing now? Eclipse in Taurus, reevaluation, a change of heart. So you're very confused about a relationship or a career. Something you chose that you loved in that moment, but now you're starting to feel that feeling change. And it's time for you to reevaluate. You're going to get clarity as to what to do. You're going to get some clarity. Something will occur that's going to let you know exactly how to handle the situation. All right. You have Moon in Virgo, contentment. The chance to boost health and vitality leads to satisfaction. So you might be a little unclear as to how to fix some aspect in your life. I'm hearing maybe there's a health issue you deal with. Maybe there's an issue with keeping your energy up or just being happy and satisfied where you are, like completely content without feeling like you got to keep on moving and moving and moving around. It's going to become clear exactly what you need in order to maintain a great level of health and energy, as well as to find contentment in your home life and surroundings. You also have eclipse in Sagittarius. You have two eclipses, so a lot of things are shifting for this pal. Like one life is going to let in another. And it says success after a setback, like a pause. That's what I meant with eclipse. Eclipse is like something pauses for a minute for you to think or to reevaluate or relook or observe, and then it keeps moving so that now it's time for you to have come to the conclusion of what action you're going to take. So success after a setback, it says growth. So if you're confused as far as I feel career, maybe you're not sure about how to find success or where you feel called to. Um, it's like you've grown. Maybe you feel like you've outgrown things that you used to do. You feel you're too old to do the things you love to do, or your time has passed. And I'm hearing bullshit while I'm saying that. So, you're just now and you're at a level now as far as growth, where now you are ready to do the things that maybe you felt you had a setback in finding success in. So you're going to get some clarity as to how to do that. Okay. I'll be careful with these cards because I'll run out of space. All right, what else we got? We have the Ace of Swords. You're going to get some clarity. Oh, there's clarity coming in for you, something this week in regards to something that you are very confused about. You about to get that clarity with that Ace of Swords. Queen of Cups reverse is something that has you emotionally off sometimes. And getting this clarity is going to put your emotions back grounded. You'll feel more emotionally stable and grounded. And the Three of Pentacles reversed. So maybe you're confused about a collaboration. Excuse me, my throat chakra shut down. That whatever this is, it needs to come out. It needs to be spoken about. Maybe you worked with some people, they hurt your feelings, they didn't collaborate honestly in a good way. I'm just getting an energy of some people you loved or you trusted or you tried to think you were going to join forces with, whatever the case may be for everyone. There's some kind of dishonesty that may have happened or some kind of emotions that you suppressed in order to cope, and just it didn't really help because emotionally it threw your emotions off a little. That honesty is going to come out this week. There's going to be clarity to whatever is confusing about these people. It might be teachers of you or guides. Feels like people that could be older than you in some way. Yeah, you're going to get clarity about all of that. Yes, you will. Alrighty. About twos. So let me see. Are you burdened by other people's worries? Are you carrying anybody? And when I say that, that means are you doing stuff for people without reciprocation? And that's not to say you always should be looking for something back, but that's to say, is there an imbalance in an energy exchange? Because that is not good. That is somebody that could be leeching off of you or energy vampires. So let's check this out. You have the Tower. It feels like if there was anybody, you either already got rid of them or they're about to be out your energy. Something's about to happen. Big change. And it does feel like there are people around you that you already realize, yeah, you're carrying their energy or their worries or their stresses. Those are those people that whenever you're like, I'm elevating, and they're like, how? You're not gonna be able to do that. That's difficult. That's hard. You don't know enough. You're not ready. You know, those are the people you're gonna be shaking off. The negative people, the people that they act like they're joking, but they're really hating on you. And these could be family members. Sorry to say. Six of Pentacles. See, this is about reciprocation. You ain't playing that no more. It is becoming balanced now. If there's anybody that was always begging of you or coming to you for stuff, but never ever returning the favor when you were in need, you're clearing that out. You're the Chariot. You're like, bye-bye. I'm not carrying that no more. I'm out of here. You're freeing yourself of that energy. Eight of Swords. At one time you did feel stuck, and for some of you may still feel stuck. This could be family members you may be dealing with that are constantly coming in and draining you or asking for things of you. Six of Wands. But don't worry. You'll be successful at releasing this energy. Something's coming in. I don't know if it's your status elevation or you finally realizing you are worthy and of all you achieve, or this growth that's coming in. But you're in the energy now where it's going to be balanced reciprocation. You're not carrying nobody's stuff. If it does feel that way, automatically your guides are going to come in and knock the foundation out from under that person. So if you've been noticing, you've been starting a lot of relationships or friendships, and they've been like out of nowhere, something that happened real quick that'll show you like, not them. That's your guides. Like, no, 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 you are worthy. You deserve better than this. And they're knocking them right out of here. And they're ushering in energies that are going to reciprocate. Okay? And just know you're not stuck in anything that drains you. You can successfully move forward. And I don't know who had to hear that. That you may inspire somebody else by doing that, rather than staying stuck in some energy that is not, that you've outgrown. And lastly, What or where's the biggest change coming into your life now? And every pile, I must have been just grabbing cards. This pile looks like it has more cards, one more card than the other one. All right. You have power, full moon. This full moon is amping up your power. I just heard the Beyonce song. You'll never take my power, my power, my power. You need to listen to that. You feel away. Oh, wow. You feel away. Oh, wow. You'll never take my power. That's like your theme song right now. On under that full moon, you are getting charged up. Wow. Power one had magic. Ooh. Why did parenthood fall over? Maybe some of you need to reclaim power as a parent. Maybe some of you need to reclaim your life after having been a parent and need to find more of the, I don't know, but you about to be very much connected to your power. Obviously. Change, thunder, moon. Look, and you got the thunder over here. I told you your gods ain't playing. You going through a huge change at this time, and anything in the way, waka is out of here. You're out of here. I don't know why I had to do it. I had to do it. Wait, I'm going to put that here, and I'm going to do a little shift on over. So maybe you can see everything a little better. Okay. You also have purity, snow moon. There is some kind of a new beginning that something is getting. This is another pal that's giving me dancers. Or is this the same pal? Was I just talking to y'all about dance? Now I don't remember. That might have been pal one. Or that might have been during a collective read. But I'm getting a lot with dancing being very healing. Yeah, very healing at this time. But I do see a cleansing. You're getting a fresh start at some things. It's like an innocence was taken from you, you guys feel. Some of you feels like through a marriage. And you're getting a restart. Like that is getting purified so that it can be renewed. And you're getting renewed in that energy, whatever damage that might have caused or wounds. A lot of threes showing up for you. I do feel like there are some healthy collaborations coming in. So if people come at you with opportunities like we should do this together, go for it. I'm hearing go for it. Got 6 and 6 here. Yeah, there's another 3. So there's something with collabs, okay, being something that will bring balance. And yeah, and there's 16 with another 6, and then 1 plus 6 is 7, 7, 7. So a lot of spiritual connections coming in for you at this time that are gonna, and projects I'm hearing too, that are going to bring you some abundance. Even for some of you, it could just be having a child that's going to be the golden child, you know. And you have balance. You are going to find that where you felt very unstable, and then I call y'all ancients, y'all got that crone energy. Where you feel unstable in your life, you're going to be finding things are coming into balance now. Things are coming. And isn't she holding the moon? Like a little moon, just like this. Wow. That's interesting. All right. What else? What are the changes coming in? Expansion. Another full moon card. This full moon is really, really important to your growth. And you got growth. I forgot. Very, very important to your growth, my pal twos. You are meant to expand at this time. Step out of your comfort zone and reach out to people you might be afraid to talk to. You're not going to get rejected. You are worthy. It is time for you to expand your horizons. Don't just cap off at, I'm a great parent, or cap it off at, you know, I'm too old. I can't do much more. They're saying it's time for you to grow. This is your divine time to expand. Fertility. Some of you, it may literally be parenthood. You may be coming into parenthood and giving birth to a child. And for others of you, it could be creative ideas that stem from your emotions, what you feel, putting it into your work. But I do see your creative ideas are bringing some growth, some opportunities for you to travel. I'm hearing even to places you probably have never been. And lastly, you have Mama Pila coming through with wisdom. Your wisdom is like, I just called y'all ancients and crones all in the same reading, and you got wisdom. There's something about you guys, like mama, papa energy. People may come to you for advice. Don't let it overwhelm you. I see her tears here. Um, and your experiences that you go through, they've been very difficult emotionally for you. And I do feel that the biggest change coming in your life right now is that the wisdom you gained from those experiences are why you're now elevating in status. It's because you're now wiser. You're ready. It's divine time. I hope this resonated for you, my pal twos, because this is your reading. I hope this entire session resonated for you. If it did, give me a thumbs up. And if you're new here, remember to subscribe. There's always things, you know. Oops, I'm sorry. I started looking at something over here. I don't know if y'all saw my hand move here, and it distracted me. I'm sorry, but it was literally a fortune from pal one, I think, that said you will inherit a large sum of money. Or was that you guys? Yeah. Anyway, let's wrap it up. All right. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. We're always welcoming in new light workers. Read the description, book a personal reading. The description tells you how to do all that stuff, how to join my workshops online and in person. And join me on my other platforms where I do many free workshops. I'm sending you so much light and love on your journey. I really am. You look like you have a beautiful one you are already embarked on. Peace, blessings, and all the good stuff that comes from being a part of this family of light. I'll be back with Pal 3. Until next time, Pal 2. Deuces. Pal 3, welcome to your session. I've been asking each pal to write which pal they chose in the comments. So if you chose Pal 3, put in the comments. In all honesty, it was the pal I was drawn to as well, but we'll see. Hope we all ooh, I just busted my head. They was like, shut up. Okay. So you also drawn to this moonstone crystal bracelet that I was feeling to wear for this reading, but they were like, no. When I tried to pick it up from the table, it kept falling out my hand. So I said, okay, I guess it's supposed to stay there. But it lets me also know that this full moon, you're being very protected at this time. And I don't know what that's about, but you're getting a lot of protection with a big change that you're stepping into at this time, Pal 3s. Hopefully we get more information as we go on. You're also drawn to the card that says work smart. It says, are you complicating things? Often the solutions are simpler than you think. It's time to clean up both personally and professionally for a fresh start. Focus on your basic needs when spending and save some money. So that's your advice when it comes to your money. And I started out with Money Action Unstoppable Wealth Follows cards, since we are in this full moon in the house of value, of gain, of money, of Taurus. So I do feel like maybe you're making things more difficult than they need to be when it comes to your ability to make money. Like, for example, maybe you have an idea like, I'm going to teach a dance class. Simple enough. But then you start to make it more. I could do this one, and this one. Now I got 3 different classes I could teach. Oh man, at the end of all of that, now you realize you got more rent you have to pay now because you have 3 different classes. You have to find music for these classes. If you have live musicians, you have to be able to have a budget to pay them. And how are you getting, you make things a little bit more complicated, some of you. Others of you, there's a need for you to start fresh. Maybe you were in a certain field, it didn't reward you in a way or fulfill you in a way that you desired. You're getting opportunities coming back around again for you to actually have a fresh start there, but to do it in a different way. Maybe you were coming from a different energy before, and now it's time to do it in a different way. And then for others of you, there is really just a basic need to watch how you spend and save. This group gives me, we don't save. If you do have a bank account, it's probably check by check or it's hanging on. I don't feel savings from this group. So you might have a bank account, but you might not have much in savings is what I'm hearing. Let me go to your second one, then we'll go to the fortune cookie. You have The Office. And you know what's funny with this? This is like my favorite sitcom. When I'm depressed, y'all, like sad and or angry, I watch The Office, and There is not one episode that I could watch where I don't laugh at something. So this is just interesting. But anyway, it says delegating more tasks can significantly boost your earnings. Think about roles like secretary, assistant, office manager, or other office jobs. Think of the greater good, not just yourself, to achieve a better outcome. So, what I'm also hearing from this card in regards to improving your money during this moon, there's a need for you to get assistance. Like, you can't do everything power 3, and maybe you are trying to, and they're letting you know you can make more money the more you would, if you were telling people, I need you to do that and you do this, and you could make more. Maybe even other people may have following that could come in and join you, by just delegating a task to somebody that happens to share that they're doing a task for you. There's so many different scenarios. Then they're also saying you would do well in positions like secretaries, assisting other people, office manager, or office jobs. I feel like this pal, you're very organized. So that's why you would fit well in an office situation, and assisting others who get overwhelmed easy. This pal makes me feel like you're pretty laid back. Some of you here do work very smart. You know how to keep it simple. You know how to delegate. But some of you here, you take on everything and just get overwhelmed. Like, your office desk would look crazy. Um, I'm also hearing that many of you could increase your money by getting more organized just in your home or wherever it is you work or live or cultivate your money. There may be things that are old you need to throw out, things that um you need to put in front of you that would attract in more money. That's for some of you. All right, and then think of the greater good. I do feel like for this pal, whatever you're meant to do, it's meant to serve. You're meant to be in service to humanity in some kind, raise the vibration on this planet. I'm not sure how, but when you are only thinking about yourself and material gain, you're not going to make the money you want to make. You have to think of the outcome what you're doing, how that outcome will serve the world in a positive way. And when you're able to do that, then you fall into alignment with your purpose, your highest purpose. And then that's when the big bucks start rolling in. Only some of you will know where that line is from if you do write in the comments. All right. Let's check your fortune cookie. Your joint was cracked already as well. So it does feel like you guys have gone through some kind of transformation. And I'm just feeling like, I feel this pal has gone through a shift. Like, the light bulb here keeps drawing my attention. Like, some kind of light bulb came on recently for you where you're like, I see what I've been doing. Or I see how I sabotage myself. Or I see where I need to love on me more and forgive me. And I see where I need to forgive others. There's some kind of light bulb that came on for you that's gonna really play a big part in shifting you into alignment with what is meant for you. All right. Fortune cookie says to be wise is to learn from your experiences. So there is some kind of cycle that you're repeating. It could have to do with your money. It could have to do with your relationships. There's just something you've been repeating. Maybe it's taking on responsibilities that don't belong to you, but it's time to break that. So let's see what's happening. What emotions are going to be surfacing for my pal threes now? Some kind of fire. I just tried to put this up on my book like 3 times. It keeps sliding forward. There's something fiery happening. Something you're about to ignite. I don't know what you're about to do, but you're about to really feel lit up. So let's see. What emotions are surfacing now for my pile threes and why? You have exaltation. Master manifester. What the? I'm about to fucking curse. I'm sorry, y'all. This is bugging me out because I literally wrote today. On Facebook, if you go on Messenger, they have at the top where you can put your mood or share some music or whatever. And I put Master Manifester and I chose a song called Her. I'm Her. Then I said, people gonna hate on me or think I'm trying to say like I'm some master or something. And I took it off. So to choose the pile that actually says Master Manifester, it makes me feel like my guides was looking at me like, why'd you take that down? And I look at you guys now and feel like, do you doubt your abilities? Do you worry about other people when you are shining? Do you dim your light so others could shine? That's what I'm hearing for this pile. Yeah, what you want, you're manifesting. This week, you're going to feel so lit. This moon is going to manifest whatever it is you've been really wanting to manifest. It's coming in. It is coming in, and you're going to feel like exalted. You're just going to feel so high, so alive, so happy. It does feel like it could be a coming together with friends. It could be just hanging out with your kids. It could even be finally choosing something. The way she's just looking at these is twins and she's just looking at that one. Whatever it is, you are in full master manifesting mode right now. And I feel like it's because of this light bulb that came on. You realize something about yourself and your ability to create, or rather co-create, your happiness in your life. You have Lilith herself coming through, dark divine mother of creation. I'm going to read from the book for this card. Wow. And you have the sun, your soul's purpose. I've never gotten this card in all the time I've used it. I've never gotten the sun card. You're about to be real happy, pal. 3. That's the main gist I'm getting. Like, you're about to really be in alignment with your soul's purpose, what you're meant to be doing and who you're meant to be doing it with. I still want to read that card though. Then you got a master manifestor number there with number 22 coming through. It opened right to her page. All right. When Lilith shows up in a reading, it's time to unleash who you truly are. Where have you allowed others to demonize, suppress, and control you? Stand in your power like the dark mother of creation once did. Lily was rebellious and untamed like a wild tree. In ancient occult symbology, the tree is tied to goddesses, fertility, and the divine feminine. Unfortunately, her roots were uprooted and she was ousted from paradise. This oracle card invokes her wild and rebellious nature. She, like other, and I don't like to say wild and rebellious, I think she was just free. Her free nature, not to be controlled by another human being. But anyway, read for the book. All right. She, like other empowered women in biblical texts, was painted as a vengeance-seeking demon to instill fear and submission in women. Lilith's biblical story shows the importance of harmonizing and integrating the dark divine masculine, and it's just interesting to have a masculine there. The dark divine masculine and feminine shadows in this world. Neither one is better than the other, both are needed and valid. Her archetype and plight are a vessel for collective healing. When we resolve this ancient wound within ourselves individually, we are shifting humanity. Wow. Step into your sovereignty, show your untamed and wild nature. Be free, Pal 3. Be free. You're about to manifest something big this week. It's making me nervous. It's making my stomach get butterflies. Like, something's coming. I haven't sang that in a while. Something's coming. I don't know what it is, but it is gonna be great. Something that's gonna make things balanced. Divine masculine, divine feminine. Something that you're gonna know, this is my calling. This is who I belong with, or this is where I belong, or this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And you're gonna have manifested this revelation, and I feel like you're going to be manifesting what comes after it. Wow. All right, pal 3s. Write in the comments, who are you, my brethren? Where should you focus to stay most grounded right now? Which chakras? So you have the North Node, future. You should be looking ahead right now. Focus on the future. And usually I'm telling people don't. But with this rainbow here, rainbow energy, it just gives me, you've been through a lot. You've been through a lot, Pal 3. And it's time for you to not worry about the past, not think about the past like that anymore, not worry about the future, but in the present, start to set intentions for the future, because it's going to be a wonderful, beautiful future for you that's coming in. Wow. And I feel like to stay grounded. I keep hitting this dog on camera, y'all. Good Lord, I'm so sorry. Um, yeah, you're gonna have to get used to people looking at you. That just came for some people when I hit the camera. There's something about you. You're gonna be standing out. I don't know if it's a position you're gonna be working in or just you glow, period. But I'm seeing like lime greens and gold as colors that are going to make your energy pop. That just popped up. There's something big. I'm sorry. There's something big with your future that needs to be grounded and secure. So it almost makes me feel like from your soul star chakra at the top of your head, above your head, to your earth star chakra beneath your feet. Those need to be in alignment. We have Neptune coming through with a vision. Wow. You're going to be feeling very inspired at this time to do a lot of things, to go towards your truths, to question things you once thought were truth. Your dreams are going to be vivid. If you do meditation, you might feel like you're going into very deep, deep states of meditation. But um, you got to hold your vision despite anything that's going on. Stay grounded in your vision. Don't get distracted by things that take your focus off of your oneness with the universe and your dreams and visions. This is giving me third eye chakra, but it could also be throat where you need to speak up. But I'm really getting third eye. The visions you're getting, they're not BS. You're really being guided towards your soul's purpose. And progression's journey. Wow. You might really be feeling very restless at this time, like ready to grow, ready to go, ready, maybe feeling like the clock is ticking, the clock is ticking. But they want you to know you are growing. You are moving. You are making progress. There's a trip that's going to be very significant, maybe a few trips. There's enough time for everything. Do not worry about time. They're telling you don't worry about the future. Set your intentions for the future and watch your visions come in along your journey. Okay? This pal I'm hearing you don't have to force. Maybe you're the pal that they were saying. You're the ones. Don't do anything. Be still. You've done enough. Because it just looks like you're good. Whatever you want is coming in this week. Okay. So what will become clear to you that is confusing now? And I was telling each pal, the cards were very random for this. Like each pal got a different amount of cards. This one looks like y'all got the least. So I just went with how spirit, when I was just divvying out the pals, letting spirit guide me. All right. So let's see again. What will become clear to you that's confusing now for my pal threes? We have new direction, eclipse in Capricorn, reevaluate success. So you may be coming clear because I think right now you may be confused as to how to reach your goals, how to become successful. Maybe this is a pal that has many talents and gifts. Um, you just are confused. Like, I thought I was doing everything I could that would make me a success, but I'm still not there. That clarity that's coming in is that you need to go in a new direction. There's something different you're supposed to be doing at this time that is going to bring in success that you probably don't see it as that. Something you're really good at. I'm seeing the goat here as like you're the goat, like really the greatest of all time at something. But you look at it as I can't see the rewards from this hard climb in pursuing this at this time. But they're saying that's the direction you're going to be going in. Yeah, yeah. And it'll come clear soon, the direction. Very clear this week. And you have eclipse in Leo. Compassion. Shine brightly like the star you are. Look at all of this golden yellow. I'm telling you guys. Whew. This pile here. Okay. There's no confusion here. You may find you're receiving a lot of compassion and love this week. Like, people are going to really be seeing the star you are. And I think maybe where you've been confused, like maybe you're confused at why people see you like this because you're a compassionate person. Or maybe you've been confused as to why you haven't been receiving this love because you give so much of yourself. But there's something about you having compassion for you that helps you to glow. You choosing you, Pal 3, helps you to shine brightly like the star you are. And I think a lesson for you is going to be that a lot of times people love your energy, but a lot of times they take it for granted. And it's when you pull it back that they realize, oh my God, Pal 3's energy is missing and I love it. I miss it. But a lesson you have to learn is anyone who repeatedly does this, you have to stop the cycle, because this is just somebody who is going to constantly take you for granted and only see the value in what you bring once you take it away. They're not going to see the value in it when it's in their face. And so that's something I want you guys to look out for, okay, as well. But I'm really seeing not many worries. You're manifesting your soul's purpose. All right, you also have the Two of Pentacles reversed. Okay. I love these cards because they are so inclusive. Yeah, there's something you're juggling. You're going to have to stop. It does feel like maybe you're seeing somebody else. Maybe you have another person you're seeing. I don't know. Or you're doing more than one job. Two things you're valuing. It's becoming two. You're not going to be able to juggle. So it is letting me know that if you're confused about maybe two jobs or two people you're juggling, you're going to be clear this week. You won't be confused anymore. Knight of Wands, somebody's showing up. If it's a job opportunity or it's a lover, whatever it is, they are showing up this week and you're going to be clear like, oh, okay, it is you. I just heard that like in my head, like, it is you. You are the one. With the King of Cups reversed. Now, for some of you, I'm seeing these two pentacles here. And I said there are two things you value. You're not going to be able to juggle, but you've been confused right now as to which to choose. Well, we have a Knight of Cups here, kind of emotionally unstable. And I don't know if that's after you choose this Knight of Wands, who has like a youngy energy, but they get your passions going. See the volcano in the back? This is somebody or something or an opportunity that gets you hyped. You get excited. You feel like you're going to explode. And this person feels that same energy around you. Or this opportunity is one that you've mastered. You can really do. But it means letting go of this King of Cups, which could be a person or a different thing that you were a part of. This is somebody who could be as old as you or older, or just very mature for their age. It's in the reverse, and it does make me feel like this person is either currently emotionally distressed, maybe they're this is so specific. Maybe for some of you, this Knight of Wands is coming in really quick now, but you were confused because at one point they were giving you an energy that they were like emotionally unavailable or very distressed. And the confusion is going to be cleared up because they're coming in. They got something in their hand. They're going to tell you something. They're going to communicate. They might do more than that with this long wand staff sitting here. And the way the horse is running. Full power. But also, I'm hearing some of you, maybe you're juggling two people or two opportunities. Whichever one you drop may fall into some kind of emotional despair, or you might start to feel very emotionally unstable in this choice. And this sounds like it's very important, guys. Have compassion for yourself. You're being told that you're a master manifester and to follow your visions on this journey towards your future, towards your soul's purpose. So at this time, you are meant to choose and go after what is calling to you? Yeah. What is calling to your heart center? And you can still have compassion for those you have to release. All right. So, my pile threes, are you burdened by other people's worries, or are you carrying anyone's like responsibilities or energy without the energy being balanced and reciprocated? Four of Pentacles. Somebody's holding on to you really tight. Somebody really values you. Oh, it might be someone you also really value. The World. Some new cycle is beginning. The Lovers. Oh my. This was some kind of soulmate energy. Divine mate. Aww. Three of Wands. It's been what you've been waiting for. It's who you've been waiting for. Or they've been waiting for you. Or praying for you. Or holding you on this pedestal for a very long time as the one. Ten of Wands. Well, there's your answer. Are you burdened by other people's worries or carrying anybody else? Somebody really values you, and it does feel like you value them too, and it really hurts your heart to think you might have to part with this that you value. And it really hurts them to think of having to part with you. But you are realizing that you can't carry on with this heavy burden. You're starting to realize that though it has value, though it values you, it really looks like material value. And maybe you're very passionate about this person, but it really looks like material value. And there's a new cycle beginning. Maybe you support somebody financially. Oh shit, pal threes. Damned if y'all knew my backstory. Anybody here that knows me personally, y'all probably like, yep, this is your pal. But there's a new cycle beginning. You're breaking up that old stuff. You're like, I'm not anymore. I don't want that. And you're moving towards the one. Your divine mate is coming in. And you have 666. That is literally the number of the Lovers. So 666 means divine mate energy. That is what's coming in. You're getting a renewed start with someone that really valued you, that you also valued, that you held on to. It looks like maybe you both were waiting for each other. You both held each other in high esteem, but felt like the other was so out of reach. Once you release this burden, this responsibility, but it looks like you are, with the cycle being completed here with this. Yeah. Some of you may really end up with someone you really value, that you've been waiting for, that you've been holding on to the memory and the thought of this person, and maybe they've been calling you in. That it just felt like a lot of work to be with this person or to get to them. It just feels like that's shifting. So yeah, you've been carrying somebody else, and it does feel like financially, and yeah, you value them and they value you, and you're hanging in there because you do have some feelings for this person and they do for you. But a new cycle has begun. New cycle has begun. And there's different energy coming in now. And it feels like it's pertaining to your visions, your future, your manifestations, your creations, your soul purpose, and this new direction. It does feel like it's not going to be easy. It feels like it's gonna. It feels like you're almost peeling off this last layer of who you were in this previous cycle so that you could be seen as you are now. And it can be a little difficult, but you do have assistance. I feel like you have a beigey energy around you. Maybe you have twins, you are a twin, but there's a lot of twin energy around you that was making me feel like you're protected by the Ibeji. If you don't know who they are, look them up in the Yoruba spirituality. But you have like Ibeji energy watching over you at this time, protecting you, giving you wisdom, and reminding you to not be so serious, to know when to have fun, to let down your hair and have fun. Enjoy life, because you should enjoy it. You're manifesting what's coming in now. All right. So, lastly, what's or where is the biggest change coming into your life now, my pal threes? Sovereignty, Queen of the Moon. You are moving into an energy of empowerment. You are just fully knowing who you are. And this is a big change. People are going to feel like they don't know you anymore. And new people are going to feel like, oh my God, where have you been my whole life? And then some old people are going to feel like, yo, we evolved together. Like, and here we are, And then there's going to be people you just feel like you outgrown. But this is very, very deep to me that, this energy. Okay. All right. So that's a change. Maybe you've played small a lot, Pal 3. And now people are going to be like, now I'm starting to see Pal 3 really stepping into who they are. This is who Pal 3 really is, and I feel it. Nourishment. There's something you're going to be changing when it comes to your diet and how you eat. A big change. I see you switching up, eating healthier foods. Um, And I'm also hearing nourishing yourself, cleansing yourself in ways that are nourishing, not just a regular bath, but like scents and oils. I see you wanting to take better care of yourself. And that is so that you can be energetically ready for the work you have to do in service, or for humanity, or for your family, or period, for the Most High. But I see you, a big change in your life is you paying more attention to what you put in your body, how you take care of your body, the routines that you do, in regards to your body. I see your food really changing big time. What you eat is going to shift. If you've been eating pig, that's about to stop. If you I'm even hearing like smoking or drinking habits cutting down. Even the colors you wear are gonna lighten up or shift. I see a whole rebranding for this pal. But greens and golds at this time for y'all, it's green heavy, but it just feels like this yellow, this gold, this sun energy, you walk in it. And wearing those colors will emphasize that even more when you want to shine your light even brighter. Release, baby. What is the biggest change coming into your life at this time? Something is being released that you thought you could not release. Something that it feels like you felt stuck in. You see how all of these trees and twigs are holding on to her? She really felt like she could not release something that was holding on to her energy. And that's about to change. You're about to let go of something that's been really holding you back energetically, and it's going to be a huge transformation. And it's spiritually ordained 77789. Yes, transformation completion. It's needed for you to be fully in this energy. And I just feel like you're getting an energy boost. Your energy is going to be increased. Your feelings of knowing who you are. Look, she has the same look in her eyes as she does. Just knowing who you are and what you want and where you're going, and then having someone by your side who's just as determined and bringing excitement into your life and true love. It looks like you're getting it all. And I hate to do readings like this, because then you start looking for it, and then when it doesn't show up the way you expect, you mess it up. So I hope y'all watch this and just ignore everything and just relax, because that's what they're letting me know. This reading is so that you can relax, get the hell out of your head, and know that everything is fine. Everything's fine. Worry about your coin right now. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're saying. Focus on your basic needs when spending, and save some money at this time. Think of the greater good, not just yourself, to achieve a better outcome. That's where you need to focus on your work, your career, your purpose. Okay? They got everything else, and they even got your purpose. They've been steering you in that way for a minute. And this pile has 4 of these cards, which everyone else got like 3. But here we go. What else is changing in your life now? Love. That's crazy. Shangyo. Yeah. Didn't we just say that? Lovers showed up. There's your confirmation. Work smart fell off. And I think for some of you, you may be meant to work with this person, or maybe this is somebody from work. Yeah. Like a fresh start. Maybe it's someone you're going to start working with or you work with them, but you're getting a huge change in love. A huge change. Many of you may be releasing somebody that you felt like you could never release or you felt stuck with. Freya, empowerment. I kept saying that with the Sovereignty card. Like, you are really going to be standing in your power. The last power was like magic, knowing you're magical. This power's like knowing how fierce and courageous you are. To say and speak things, to do things that many other people wouldn't do, to survive and have gotten through things that many other people couldn't survive and get through. Joy. I told you this power, they're like, you just need to relax. You've been in a dark space for a while now, and I feel that. I feel you've been in the darkness for a minute, many of you. But the dawn, the light has still always been there. And you see the moon cycles up here. It was a cycle and it's over. Okay? Joy is coming in now. And yeah, this week, this full moon, Divana protection. Is this the power that I said that to? Did I say they were very, very protected? If I didn't, so are you guys. Very protected. Light a candle for your guides. I feel like you have animal spirit guides big time around you at this time, watching you, your home, your family. Some of them may have been family members of yours in past lifetimes, maybe deceased pets in this lifetime. But yeah, you're going to be feeling very protected, very joyful, empowered, loved. And even if it's not a romantic love, just the love of community coming in, feeling healthier, more energized. This was an amazing pal to finish this read off. The energy was beautiful, lovely. Y'all ain't got nothing to worry about, my pal threes. Nothing. Sit back, relax, and let God flow. And that's what I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this entire Lunar Vibe session. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. It really does help. Y'all probably think like, oh my God, it's going to be in my liked videos. I already got like 1,000 of them. But it does help the channel to thrive, especially when you subscribe and comment. And if you're new here, please join this light tribe. And everybody comment. I respond to all of them. And it does help me connect to y'all more. And I would love suggestions. What do you want to know? But honestly, my guides do come through and be like, this is what your collective needs to know. But I want some suggestions. There could be things individually you want to know about. But you could always just check the description. The description will tell you how to book a personal reading, join one of my online or in-person workshops, travel with me to my retreats. Yeah, make sure you read the description. And it'll tell you about all the other platforms you can find me on where I do free workshops. On that note, you guys, this reading was dope. I'm sending you so much light and love in your journey. Peace, blessings, and all the goodness that comes from being a good person and a part of this family of light, of course. On that note, y'all, until next time, so long, farewell, Avidas and adieu, 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 to you and you and you. Boop, 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 boom, boop, 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 boom, boom, boom. Later, y'all. I'm still.